Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you may be. We are coming from some sort of ghost town, right, Mike?
Yes, from the town of Calico here in Southern California, as it is the first day of season pass holder previews for the reopening of Knott's Berry Farm. Very excited to be here. Super happy to be back at Knott's, where many of the rides are operating,
Except for one.
except for my favorite one. Yeah, I'm a little bummed about that. But you can see the Calico Mine Train riding through the overpass up there by the waterfall. And then there's another one coming up to the loading platform here. So I just went on that about 15 minutes ago. That was pretty exciting.
How was it?
I really like this ride. It's not as fun to me as the log ride. I like that one more, but this one to me feels a little bit more like seminal in the theme park industry for what it did as far as like, immersive dark rides go.
Now, this is the, correct me if I'm wrong, where Walt showed up and discovered the hidden queue line, essentially. And
I don't know this story.
Oh, yeah, apparently he showed up and Walter Knott showed him around and said, check out my new ride. And Walt sees the crowd out here, but then goes into the building and sees the queue that's hidden back there, essentially. And that's why everything's hidden at Disney parks now, quote unquote.
Well, I mean, it's no secret that Knott's Berry Farm had a lot of influence on Disneyland.
Yes.
And another great example of that is right across the way. And this is my favorite ride that is not operating today, the Timber Mountain Log Ride, which I would kind of consider the prototype for Splash Mountain.
Well, isn't there a legendary photo of Tony Baxter looking at the lift hill?
Yeah, if you get that wonderful book, Knott's Preserved by Disney Imagineer Chris Merritt. Is he a current Imagineer or a former Imagineer?
I think he's current.
Current.
I know he did the Mark Davis book with Pete Docter.
Yes, also co-authored that book. He included a foreword by Tony Baxter, and there's a photo in there of him on opening day of the Timber Mountain Log Ride, and I'll show you where he's standing in the photo. It's right over here, where by the lift hill. We're gonna walk around, but you can see the water's not running down the drop over there, and there's no one in the queue, so the ride is not open yet. Hopefully, it'll be open by the time of the official park opening, which is May 21st, I believe.
Yes. Real quick, Pep says, "Yay!" They're excited to see Knott's Berry Farm. And guys, we are live. If you are joining us, feel free to comment, ask questions. We're here while Mike walks around Knott's Berry Farm, California's original theme park. That's their marketing slogan, isn't it?
I know. And it used to be America's first theme park, but I wonder if someone challenged them on that.
I blame those guys at Kennywood in Pennsylvania. They might have. Hey.
If you go find that picture, wait, no, it's actually, I think it's around the corner here. Or maybe this building wasn't here at the time. But yeah, you can see Tony Baxter standing right over here and looking up to you can see he's trying to figure out how the lift hill works for his future career.
Your friend John Allen Hale says hi.
Hi, John. I ran into John on Tuesday at Downtown Disney, and I was in such a rush I just had to shout hello at him and continue on my way, because it was May the 4th, and I was trying to get a couple things done there, and then I had to turn around and drive right back to Burbank. But there's the rest of the lift hill for Timber Mountain Log Ride.
Brady also says yay with extra wise, and Flosy wants to know if all the rides open. So far, we've seen most of them.
Most, but not all.
But not the log ride, unfortunately.
So let's
the Timber Mountain Log Ride.
Speaking of rides, we're going to walk around the Boardwalk area next, and this says welcome back season pass holders, so that's nice.
The Boardwalk Ballroom. Are you well versed in the history of Knott's?
Well, I've been a regular at Knott's Scary Farm since about 1998.
Okay.
And before that, I had never visited the park. I grew up in New York. Didn't really know much about Knott's Scary Farm. But,
I have
and
not,
then,
and I have a history question. That building right there, the Boardwalk Ballroom, was that Studio K or whatever the dance parlor was?
I think you're right.
Okay.
I think that tidbit might just come from, oh, you can see Hang Time going right there. That tidbit might come from that Knott's Preserved book, which I read.
Okay. You said Not Scary Farm. That house that was in there, at least when I went like 2 years ago for the first time, which was my most recent trip to Not Scary Farm, was the Dark Ride.
Dark Ride is the best.
That's loved
probably
it.
Might be my favorite haunted house, or as we call them here, haunted mazes.
From my design perspective and being out here in Orlando where lawyers rule all, the fact that there was the fake bus bar in the middle of the pathway kind of was like, I love this detail, but how many people trip over this?
I thought that too, but I loved that they put that in, and I loved that they actually thought about and planned out like what the ride path would have been.
Yep.
And built the maze around it. It's so clever, and you can tell that attraction, that walkthrough maze, came from the mind of somebody who really likes theme parks and carnival rides and stuff like that, you know.
So what we're talking about is a dark, scary, haunted maze that's themed around like a funhouse style dark ride, just to give a little bit of background on what we're talking about.
Yeah, and then there was another one recently. I think it's called Waxworks, but it was the theme was an old wax museum, and I thought they did an amazing job on that one too, because it's kind of a similar idea where they actually planned out like what this wax museum's layout would be, and then there's guest areas and backstage areas and stuff like that. So it felt a little bit more, and this word gets overused a lot, but it felt a little bit more immersive and real because of that. And I really love some of the recent. Whoa!
That sounded really cool.
So this one's called Accelerator. I've been on that a couple times.
Tiffany has a question. Do they plan on opening the log ride anytime soon? We'll be there tomorrow. It's also one of our favorites. We were actually talking right before we went live. We think Splash Mountain is the only water ride in the state that's operating right now.
Well, we're going to find out
on our live streams, but we'll find out.
We got the Calico River Rapids here in this park as well, but I actually don't know if that's open, but we're going to get there during this stream to check that out.
Brady kind of has the same question. Is the log ride going to open today or next week? Again, as of right now, we do not know.
We don't know. I will ask if I see a Knott's representative. I will be sure to ask. There's the Coast Rider, not the Ghost Rider, but the Coast Rider. This is Knott's Wild Mouse roller coaster.
Well, that first drop there looks sort of like a perilous plunge to me.
So Goofy's Sky School at Disney California Adventure has a similar ride system.
I was gonna say this looks a little bit more advanced, a little bit more.
It certainly feels more precarious than Goofy's Sky School, but it is a very similar idea. And then the most recent roller coaster to open at Knott's Berry Farm is to my left here, and that's called Hang Time. It's a what type of roller coaster is this, Tony? I'm blanking on that.
I don't know if it has a specific name.
I think they call it like a drop roller coaster. No, a drop.
I know it's oh my gosh, the first hill has a term.
Yeah.
Beyond.
I don't remember.
Beyond vertical drop.
Yeah, something like that. Whoa! Oh man.
Rebecca loves your excitement in your voice as you identify every operating ride.
This is a fun one though. Hang Time. It's kind of short.
I like coasters that are kind of compact, that actually have like a bit of length to them, because you look at it, you think it's short, and then you just go, "Oh, wait a minute."
Yeah. That's it. It's over.
Theme park casual, thank you. A dive coaster.
Yes, that's it. Thank you, theme park casual. I totally forgot that. Dive coaster.
I hear dive coaster and I think of like Sheikra at Busch Gardens.
Okay. And appropriately, it's themed to a surf culture here in Southern California. It's called Hang Time.
Now, hang time's referring to at the top when you hang, correct?
Yeah. There's like a little pause when you get to the very top of that lift hill there, as you kind of look down on the drop that you're about to do. And here's some of the carnival type rides.
Bernard and Alicia can't wait to go.
This one's actually scary. Have you been on that, Tony?
I've not been on anything like that. No, I know those are kind of permeated throughout, especially like older parks. But yeah.
You can like move these front facing fins back and forth with your hand, and it makes the vehicle like swing. And, and I found myself, I'm like trying to hold it as steady as possible so it doesn't swing back and forth, which is probably the wimpy way to do this ride.
At Great America up north of you right now, which is actually now a sister park to this park, which is kind of funny to me.
Oh, but, they both seated fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't always that way, but yes. They had one where you're like flying like a faux fighter jet, and you could rotate it upside down. And my friends would always ride it with me, and they would hit the joystick that you have and go back and forth, so you hang upside down. And I hated them for that. So I assume that's kind of similar, but without going upside down, where I would be on your team and just be like, nope, keep it straight, please. Theme Park Casual says they were supposed to be there today, but due to some instances, they aren't. Very bummed. Have fun for all of us.
I'm sorry. Hopefully,
sorry to hear that, Theme Park Casual. Yeah.
This one's called the Pacific Scrambler, and I think we've talked about this type of ride before. I think it's just called the Scrambler, right?
Yeah.
They have one of those up at Six Flags in the Bay Area. And
yes.
Alex was,
at Discovery Kingdom. That one's called Scatabout. Because I was like, I think we're just calling it a Scrambler. Nope, so it's got a name.
Yeah. This line here, stretching all the way back to the entrance of Hang Time, is for Knott's Berry Tales Return to the Fair.
The newest attraction, correct?
The newest attraction here at Knott's Berry Farm. It's a new iteration of an old attraction. In fact, it replaced several attractions in the same that were in the same space.
Have you done it yet?
I've done it a few times. Yeah, I was at a media preview, probably. Well, I don't know. Time is all blending together for me, but it was like a week ago, maybe. I guess it was a week ago. Yeah.
How was it?
It's fun. It's fun. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of like these screen-reliant, interactive rides. It's not something I'm going to find myself returning to again and again, I don't think. But I think families are going to enjoy it. Little kids are going to like it.
I like that marquee.
They did a great job on the decor, especially out here on the facade and stuff. Yeah.
Now, the question I really have for you is that queue right there. I know it's socially distanced, and you can't be like held inside right now. Would you wait in that queue?
Would I? No.
Okay.
It's kind of a slow loader too.
Okay.
I remember from when it was Voyage to the Iron Reef, it would take a while for that line to go through. It's not it's not really an Omnimover type thing where it's like always going. You know, the car has to pause, open up, and the passengers have to get on and off.
Snowplow has a question, and I don't know if it's referring to Hang Time or this. Is every row being filled?
That's a good question. Let me see. I can see Hang Time going up right there, and it looks like no. It looks like most of the seats on that vehicle were empty, actually. So unless there's no one in the line, which I don't think is the case, they are spacing out riders on the attraction.
Pyro's going this Saturday Frank says he misses going, but there is nice weather today.
It is very nice today. It's in the 70s. It's not too hot. Sunny.
So, Knott's Berry Tales was the original location or attraction in this location, right? And then it was Kingdom of the Dinosaurs.
Yes.
Which is legendary in its own right.
Uh-huh.
And then Voyage to the Iron Reef.
Yes.
And now Knott's Berry Tales again, Return to the Fair.
Yeah, and this one is pretty much the same ride system as Voyage to the Iron Reef. They just kind of rethemed it and made a new film, a new video.
And it's interactive and everything, right?
It's interactive. You have like a gun that's shaped like a jar of boysenberry jam, and you're firing little boysenberries at the screen. And it makes all sorts of interactive things happen, and it's pretty fun. I would compare it to like Toy Story Midway Mania, kind of. That one's a little bit more like fast paced, I think. But it's a fun ride. And you get a score at the end. You can compete with your party.
Daniel, I was trying to get this comment from Daniel. Hang time looks like so much fun. But then he threw in, it's like Midway Mania. It's a full string.
Yeah, exactly. They did have the characters out here when I was here for the media preview. There were costume characters of the Knott's Berry Tale folks. I don't know their names, but hopefully they'll be out later on in the day.
I know there's Boysenberry and Girlsenberry.
Girlsenberry? Is that for real?
Yeah. At least that's how it was in the original. I don't know if that's how it is today.
I did not know that.
Because I remember I was like, Girlsenberry? Wait, what? Oh. And it took me a second to get it.
You know what? There's also one called Elderberry, which makes sense. So I think it all fits together. The smell, even out here, the smell is amazing. The attraction smells great, too, because they pipe in the boysenberry pie smell. Mm-hmm. Here's the gift shop. We should probably go in and look around in there.
Tiffany says hang time is so much fun.
It's called the Factory Store. When I was here last week, that sign was not there. I had to ask what the gift shop was going to be called because obviously they changed it after Iron Reef went away. So let's go in the gift shop. I know some people were very excited about this. This is one of the soapbox racers. Yeah. They said this was found buried in the desert.
What, really?
You could see on this sign here. It was, I don't know, somewhere out.
I'm picturing this word like theme park designer hit where somebody found one and was like, yeah, get rid of that. And then just took it out in the desert and left it.
So they brought it back to the park and now it's on display here. And
Daniel Kaplan's very excited. It's a soapbox derby racer.
Exactly. And then here's on the right is all the merchandise for Knott's Berry Tales, including a bunch of plush characters. I think this is Elderberry. This is the coyote. I don't know his name.
He's got pants like a woozle.
And then is this Boysenberry?
I would guess.
There's no label. Here's that tail, so you can get
okay.
You can get the tail and wear the tail around.
Just to give the backstory on that, we spotted one of those before we went live, and I suggested Mike wear his around the park.
So here's the guide to all the characters, Tony.
So Flapperberry.
That one doesn't make any sense.
No.
I guess it's just because she's
Raspberry, like Elderberry, Girlsenberry, and Boysenberry. And then is it
Crafty
coyote. The coyote? Okay.
There you go. And then there's
Daniel wants to point out technically they were the wacky soapbox racers. And Theme Park Casual jumps in. Loved the wacky soapbox racers.
There's a lot of soapbox racers merchandise now, including shirts and keychains, all sorts of magnets and stuff. They're really figuring out, like Disney has, about
the retro stuff.
Yeah, retro stuff. People's love for nostalgia. Here's more soapbox racers.
Especially the park with history, like Knott's is. Like,
yes.
Grasp onto that.
Another example of that here, the Devil the Volcano Devil, which was another bygone attraction here.
I don't even know about that one.
I think this is something that you would just like stop and look at. It wasn't really a ride or anything. I don't. This is before my time, but it's got a bunch of merch, and then of course Sad Eye Joe, who's still here in the park. He gets
that's the interactive guy in Ghost Town, right?
Yes.
Yep.
He gets hats and shirts and hoodies and mugs and keychains and magnets too.
Daniel points out Kings Island is grasping the retro stuff as well.
Yeah. There's posters.
Now, is there any merchandise for, oh my God, the name just flew out of my head, Mystic Lodge or whatever it was?
No, but that was here not too long ago. So I guess it's not bygone enough.
It's not bygone enough.
Yeah, here's a lot of boysenberry type stuff. Actually, they do have like a collection of magnets. I wonder if there must be a Mystic Lodge magnet in here somewhere, because there's a bunch of different ones. I'm trying to see. There's just a ton of different. They have Kingdom of the Dinosaurs.
Yes.
I don't see Mystic Lodge.
Mystery Lodge. Sorry, Mystery Lodge.
Oh, yeah, Mystery. That's right.
That's right. And Daniel jumps on right on top of it. Mystery Lodge. I loved that.
Cool. Okay, let's move on here. Oh, they reprinted this book, which is from the original.
Oh, cool.
Fairy Tales. So you can pick that up. And then there's magnets. This is the gun from the attraction.
The Boysenberry Blaster.
Boysenberry Blaster, yeah. Okay. There's the Charles M. Schulz Theater. They had a lot of stuff in there. I like going to the announcement event for the Knott's Scary Farm season, which is held every August, or usually held every August. We'll see if that happens this year. They announce all the new mazes, all the returning mazes, the scare zones, the shows and stuff like that. Oh, the bumper cars are back, and it looks like people are waiting in there, so I think they are running.
And at Taste of Knott's, this was all dining, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had taken all the bumper cars out and just put tables in there, which I guess it's like technically outdoors, so you probably have a nice breeze blowing through there.
Which was fine as long as the table never connected to the roof. Theme Park Casual, is Mystery Lodge officially shuttered?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. Or is it one of those seasonal things? I know at Knott's Scary Farm, that whole area was the zombie like laser tag maze.
Yes. That was a fun one. I think they've retired that.
Yeah, I think that was the last year, which I was 2019. I think that was the last year for that one. Rebecca loves those magnets. Daniel Kaplan wants a Windjammer shirt that says he survived.
So this,
or Haunted Shack.
This team member standing here makes me think that the train is going to be running, because
you saw them warming it up too.
Yeah, she needs to stop traffic. This is the Pony Express. That's another very short ride. It just goes around in this loop like twice, I think.
When I did it for Knott's Scary Farm, it was one of the normal day attractions I did, because I haven't been to Knott's Scary Farm since like '94, proper.
Yeah. Hey Tony, you were wrong about the water ride.
Oh, okay.
So now we have
2 water rides in the state of California running.
Calico River Rapids is in fact operating. They did a big overhaul on this a couple years ago, and I think it really, really improved the theming of this ride. You still there, Tony?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm thinking, was it Bigfoot Rapids before?
Yeah, it was Bigfoot Rapids previously. And now they've kind of incorporated it into the theming of the Ghost Town area and called it Calico River Rapids. And it was great, too, because I love this immersive theater thing they do in the summertime called Ghost Town Alive.
Yeah.
And they introduced, like, new characters to tie in with that. With the rapids, like there were these explorer characters that like made their way into town, and they were all about like cryptozoology that summer, which was fun. Here's this nice bear animatronic.
Nice. Oh, he's got lunch.
Yeah, he's got a nice fish there. And then there's it's like a mountain lion.
Just chilling up there. You're getting a little choppy right here.
Oh, okay. I'll
So
move along then.
just a heads up.
Okay. We'll find a better spot with a clearer signal.
Theme park casual. Manta at SeaWorld, I'm guessing he means San Diego, is what Pony Express should have been.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
And then Alejandro wants you to go see Supreme, which I'm assuming is Supreme Scream, the launch tower.
Okay, yeah, we haven't worked our way over there yet. We're kind of on the other side of the park.
And then I think Daniel's referring to the bear sighting while it was a little choppy. I saw it clearly. Clearly it was a bear, but Daniel's saying it was Bigfoot. Rapids Trader. Yeah.
I think this might be my next stop after we wrap up the stream. I might come back here and jump on Calico.
Will you dare take a video for us?
I will probably shoot a video, even though we already have one on the Laughing Place YouTube channel. But it's good to update it every once in a while.
This one could be tagged 2021.
Yeah, okay. reopening. You know, here's the
Mystery Lodge, which is apparently a relax zone. It's
now the relax zone where you can come and, I guess, take off your mask still. I'm not sure if they're doing that anymore, but it just says, sorry, folks, there are no performances scheduled today for the Mystery Lodge. And do not throw coins in the lake.
No wishes.
Because there's goldfish. It's bad for the fish if you throw the coins in, so try to keep it nice and clean. This is one of my favorites. It feels very serene here. I like this waterfall, I like the rock work.
I'm trying to find out the status of Mystery Lodge.
Yeah, I'm honestly...
If it's still showing up on the website.
Yeah. Here's the gift shop next to the Mystery Lodge. Hello.
Daniel said that reminds him of Canada at Epcot.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And that he really wants to ride that. The new theming looks great.
For the river rapids, yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. You can get a t-shirt about it, too. Promoting it.
We're also getting requests to go see Ghost Rider, which I'm sure you'll do at some point when you get over there.
Oh, yes. We're making our way around.
It is getting choppy again, and there are some bear stuff in there. Daniel's doing. It's Bigfoot again.
All right, I won't go inside anymore. How are we doing now?
A little better.
Okay.
As you progress, it's getting a little clearer. Oh, okay. Daniel says, no, there actually was a Bigfoot. Yeah, Daniel, I'm sure a lot of people believe there was actually a Bigfoot.
There is a Bigfoot animatronic on that ride currently, so.
Okay.
He's not wrong. It's just you can't see it. You can't see it unless you go on the ride.
Now, over here was, I keep going back to Not Scary Farm because that was my last time there, so I'm sorry, everybody. That's okay. My knowledge of this park. This was, I think it was new the year I went, which was 2019. I want to call it the Curse of Mary Shaw house, but I know that's wrong. But it was like the Calico Ghost Town house.
Yes, I'm trying to remember I think it was like the Curse of Calico. I think it was called or something like that.
But I remember the character's name was like Mary Shaw, and it made me think of the movie Dead Silence.
Okay.
But now we're in the graveyard.
This is the graveyard. As I was telling, I think Doobie last time, at Christmas time this year, they had this ticketed event for Christmas in 2020. And it
Taste
only
of
ran
Mary Farm, right?
Taste of Mary Farm, and it only ran like a week before it got shut down because the stay-at-home order got reinforced. But they had this great projection show on the walls here for the Christmas Carol. So they had like Jacob Marley's ghost and the ghost of Christmas Yet to Come that would pop up on these walls via projections. And then this tombstone over here was changed to Ebenezer Scrooge's tombstone, and it would light up and stuff. It was neat.
Now, because I remember you were supposed to find the ghost of Christmas Future.
Yes.
And that was all indicative in that graveyard area, right?
Yes. So they had the ghosts of Christmas past and present were physical characters played by human actors out here in Ghost Town. And then the ghost of Christmas Yet to Come was there on a projection in the graveyard.
Fortnite has a question. Fortnite King, what rides are closed? And thank you for subscribing and liking.
He's like holding us hostage though, because
know,
he's
right?
like, if you answer the question, I'll subscribe. And
But
you know what?
We're
desperate, so we'll do it anyway.
It was just the log ride that we've seen so far, right?
The only one that we've noticed that was closed was the log ride, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Here's the famous Birdcage Theater.
Steve Martin's launching point.
Read that book, Born Standing Up by Steve Martin. He talks about this quite a bit.
There's pictures of it in there too.
Yeah, and about working down at Disneyland too at the magic shop.
So I when I was there again for Not Scary Farm, they had a magician in there who wasn't that good.
Oh yeah.
And,
no offense if he's watching, but that guy was not great.
No.
If I can tell how the tricks are done, I'm not that smart, you know.
Oh, he did a few tricks, and I remember he messed up on at least like two of them. He goes, "Pretend you didn't see that," and I was like, "Is this not just a bad act?" But I remember being in that theater thinking it was because of the Steve Martin thing. It was going to be like this grandiose kind of ghost towny Hyperion theater, right? And it was just like this small little, partially outside theater.
Right. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. I know what you mean. That, by the way, that magician was nothing compared to the experience we had on the Disney Cruise Line. By the way, I should preface this by saying our experience on the Disney Cruise Line was fantastic. We had a wonderful time. But the magician that we saw there ended his act with another trick that went wrong, and he just said, "I'm sorry, I did that one wrong," and left the stage. Like that was his closing trick. I wish I had time and props to tell you the whole story because it's kind of amazing. But my wife and I we're just like flabbergasted. Like we thought maybe it was like a put on, like he was going to come back out and there would be what they call the Prestige, if you've seen that movie. And then we'd all go like, "Oh my God, wow, he had us." Because that's often part of a magician's act is they'll pretend to have done the trick wrong, you know?
Yeah. Well, that was my thought with this guy too, but clearly no.
Yeah. I don't get it. I honestly, I like magic, and I've seen a lot of magic, but I've also seen a lot of bad magic, and I don't know. I feel like those magicians should have been weeded out before they get to me, you know?
Yep. Oh my gosh, the interactive guy in Ghost Town, was that him in the corner there just a little bit ago?
It was occupied, so I didn't
okay, let's circle back.
Okay.
At some point, not right this second.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna walk down here by Ghost Rider, then we'll go back and see if Sad Eye Joe is available.
Daniel says he hasn't been to Knott's in so long. It's crazy how different it looks. He's never had such an experience on the Disney Cruise Line. All his magicians have been great. I became good friends with one of them after my stint on the ship, and he's fantastic. So I want to talk to you later about yours. And
this is neat. The Pan for Gold experience is available. You can see the little girl doing it there.
Oh, that's awesome.
I thought for sure that would be something.
No, yeah, because that's hands-on interaction.
Yeah.
Is that a additional charge?
That's a good question. Yes, it says Pan for Gold $10. I've never done it.
Daniel also says it was him as the magician at Knott's, though. Thanks for the insult. Just kidding.
Daniel. Sorry, Daniel.
Do we have a wait time for Ghost Rider? Are we by the entrance there?
I just passed it. We'll circle back. I mean, this is a dead end here, so we're gonna just walk down here another 50 yards and then turn around.
That also, from Knott's webpage, going back to the relax zone that was in Mystery Lodge, you may remove your face covering provided social distancing of 6 feet or 2 meters is maintained between your party and other guests. And again, that's from the Knott's Berry Farm webpage.
When I first started coming to this theme park, I assumed that this roller coaster was decades old, but it was actually built in the mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
And then,
I remember that because when it opened, it was like all the awards were going to it. It was
And then just like 4 or 5 years ago now, they reprofiled it and I guess made it a bit smoother because it's a little bit more tolerable now. It would beat you up, you know. You would feel like you got in a fight after you got off this roller coaster.
In this corner, Mike Celestino. In the next coaster, in the next corner, this wooden roller coaster from 1997 or whatever year it was.
Yeah. So there's the Ghost Rider, the wooden roller coaster here at Knott.
Maggie Jones and Alan Chandler saying hi. We're back watching from the UK.
Hello.
Greetings. Thanks for watching and joining us.
So
Theme Park Casual. Ghost Rider's my favorite coaster. So bummed I can't be there. Hopefully you'll get here soon, Theme Park Casual. I remember you said you had some personal things going on. Hopefully you'll get there soon.
There's people waiting outside here, but I don't know how much they're letting people wait on the inside queue there. We're going to pass the entrance again. We'll see what the wait time is listed as.
Daniel sharing that it was somebody say hi to you?
No, it was somebody behind me.
Okay. I know Mike's a common name, but that seemed directed at you.
Oh, did she say hi, Mike?
That's what it sounded like to me.
It's so funny because it's such a common name that I don't even hear it when somebody says it. Like it doesn't. Like you said when you hear Tony something or Tony Baxter or whatever.
Tony Baxter, yeah.
You think because
they always start Tony Buh, and then I'm like, okay, it's Tony Buh.
When I hear somebody yelling Mike, it doesn't even send off like a synapse in my brain. That's how desensitized I am to it. It was literally the most popular name to name a male child when I was born, the year I was born.
Oh, is that true? Wow.
Yes, I looked it up. Yes.
For some reason my name catches on, and people can't just call me Tony. They call me by my full name. It's questionably annoying. But so when anybody says, especially in what we're referring to as Disney Trivia Live, hosted by Doobie and Gideon, they will always say Tony Betty said this, Tony Betty said that, and use my full name. So when they say Tony Baxter, I'm already like, okay, what's being said? Oh, Tony Buh. Oh, it's a different one. If you just said Tony, I probably wouldn't think anything of it.
Right. Gotcha. All right, let's see.
Daniel's filling us in on all the coaster facts. Ghost Rider by Custom Coasters International, CCI. Track out worn out. Wooden coasters have to be retracked. Dollywood has done the same with Thunderhead recently, and Holiday World just did it with Voyager and Raven. GCI, Great Coasters International, I believe, is GCI, did the retracking. Daniel also has done stuff from Dollywood for us. What was the wait time? 2 hours?
It's not posted. There's no arrow on there.
Okay.
So
Rebecca, that's
your guess is as good as mine. But let's go by and see if Sad Eye Joe is out.
But Daniel does stuff for us for Dollywood. If you go to Laughing Place YouTube and watch anything with Dollywood recently, you'll see Daniel.
And let's try to get a nice thumbnail image here. I like seeing this empty ghost town.
It's a ghost town.
It's the literal ghost.
I think that's 2. We're up to now.
Okay,
was it? We had 3. Is that what it Knott's 434. Is the arcade under Berry Tales open? I know you went in the gift shop. So
I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't show it, but I did notice that it is open.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Here's somebody talking to him. Hi, Joe. Hello, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing good.
How have you been this past year?
Bored.
Bored?
Yeah, not a lot to do when nobody's coming in.
Well, you're going to have a lot more people coming in soon, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You excited about that?
I am so excited about that. My gosh, I've already been having people coming in more than I thought. And it's feeling good. People to talk to, people to get me to.
Well, right now he's talking to people all around the world.
Hasn't happened yet, but
Well, right now you're talking to a lot of people around the world.
I am.
Yeah.
All in one shot.
Yeah, can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
How much is left on your sentence, by the way?
Well, that is a good question. Every time I try to ask the sheriff that, he just gives me as soon as he thinks I'm rehabilitated enough.
Okay.
And I say, what do you mean rehabilitated? You dirty old browsing, which probably not the best thing to say when you're trying to get out of jail. Then he has 4 years.
Then he has 4. Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
boy. All right. Well, I'll put in a good word for
I
you.
sure appreciate that.
You got it, man. Nice to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Take care.
Okay, you too.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, Joe. That's fun.
It is fun.
I know others prefer interacting with mules of the animated variety, but I like Joe.
While I was talking to him there, I was thinking in my mind's eye about, like, what if they updated Joe with like a moving animatronic whose jaw moves and stuff? And I was like, no, that would take away a little bit of the charm, I think.
Right? Daniel points out, we're bouncing again. Remember when Kodak finally asked Knott's Berry Farm who that guy was because he kept being developed in photographs? At least the legend goes. So I'm assuming nobody knew who this guy was.
Just one.
What's this?
What?
Are you YouTube?
We are on YouTube, yeah.
I guess those guys are too.
Okay. We're going in the livery stable. We're going to see some live animals.
Live animals?
This is Dave. And Ted is another horse over here. And Bruce
Rebecca
the donkey.
says yes, she prefers her
Thank
waffles. There's a donkey in here?
Yeah, that's the Mike Zoss production logo there. And here's Dave.
Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Aw. Dave's pretty.
And then there's a donkey
Daniel agrees.
named Bruce.
I thought those were shark names.
Can you see Bruce? He's,
A little, yeah.
and then we got some old-timey cars. This is something Mr. Burns would drive around in.
That's 2 Simpsons references today by my count. I think only one on the stream, though. Earlier, Laughing Place's executive editorial director and I were reminiscing about Planet of the Apes, the musical.
There's a Simpsons gag where Mr. Burns is driving a car, and I think the line is like, he's like trying to work the pedals or whatever. He says, "I can't tell which is the velocitator and which is the deceleratrix."
All right,
Mr. Burns is a great character.
We still have a couple areas of the park to see, don't we?
We do, yeah.
Yeah,
We've
that'd be
only
good.
done like maybe a little more than half,
Okay.
but we haven't seen Camp Snoopy or
Nope.
Fiesta Village. So
Those were the 2 I was thinking of. Okay.
yeah, I guess we've done about 2/3 probably.
How would you describe the layout of this park?
It's a mess.
Okay.
It is not the hub and spoke. That's for
I
sure.
was looking for a more elaborate version of that. 'Cause that's what I think of it. But I'm glad you said it too.
It makes sense because of the way it evolved. You know, it started with the ghost town. You know, historically or legendarily, that was built as like a way for people to kind of kill time as they're waiting to eat in the chicken dinner restaurant.
Yep.
And then over the years, it started expanding.
Which is still outside the park gates in the California marketplace, correct?
Yes. You
Yep.
can still eat at that restaurant outside the park gates. And then just expanded over the decades. Just kept adding little bits and sections. And
Daniel says it's a racetrack, kind of. It's like a grid, which are two completely different things.
Eventually, Cedar Fair bought it, I think, in the late 90s.
Sounds right.
And,
I would say mid to late 90s, yeah.
Yeah. And then they started adding a bunch of roller coasters.
Daniel, we call these hashtags now.
All right, we're about to leave
The
Ghost
park?
Town.
What? Why? Oh,
We're about to leave Ghost Town
okay.
and head
Oh,
over.
this
to
area
Camp
looks a little bit busier. This is the front entrance area,
This
right?
is the entrance. Yeah, that's
Okay.
why there's more people. It's a little more congested here as people are still coming in. You know, the park's open till 8, which is later than Disneyland is open right now.
Okay.
Disneyland's open closes at 7, and Knott's is closing at 8, which is weird because I'm used to Disneyland being open till midnight and Knott's closing at 6 or 7.
Oh, and the entrance isn't kind to cell phone service either.
Oh, sorry.
You're
Let's
good.
get past it.
I said this is Silver Bullet right here, right?
Yes, this yellow
Okay.
and red roller coaster is called Silver Bullet. And there's little spinning dancers up there.
Daniel
Right.
says, "Nice Joshua trees," and then he's defending. Well, it's a racetrack of things you want to see, since most of the big rides are on the outside loop. So going back, Daniel says it's a racetrack grid tic-tac-toe park layout with things you want to see on the outside loop, or as Mike, you put it best, it's a mess.
Here's a covered wagon that says Silver Bullet, and the Conestoga wagon or the stagecoach or whatever runs along that track up there. That is not running today.
I was like, they still have those? Okay, so the wagons are not running today,
It's not, but it is usually here.
which Rebecca's pointing out was open today from 10 to 8.
Yep.
Theme park casual, Silver Bullet. Let's paint it red and yellow. Picked up on what you were putting down earlier. Also, Daniel points out also not silver lettering either.
Yeah. So we're heading into Camp Snoopy. There's the Sidewinder roller coaster, which spins around. And I think this still takes video of you when you're riding, unless they got rid of that. You used to be able to buy a video of your ride as you got off of this.
And that spins as it goes, right?
It does spin around as it goes, yeah.
So there's a good chance that video might capture some nauseous moments.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in Camp Snoopy. This is actually the most crowded area of the park that I've seen so far.
So Kiki wants to know, is the mine train open? Yeah, we opened the stream on the mine train. That was right at the beginning, but yes, it is open today.
And I found Snoopy his own self over here.
Hooray! Did you have to make a reservation to get in today?
Yes.
Now, was that because it was an annual pass preview day, or is that going to be a normal thing?
I believe it's going to be a normal thing for a little while. Probably not super permanent, but for now, in the COVID times, yes, you do have to make a reservation. There goes the Sidewinder. And all the little kiddie rides here in Camp Snoopy are running. These airplanes, which is called the Red Baron, I think. No, Flying Ace. Right, the Red Baron is the bad guy.
Kiki says, sorry, I was late. Where have you been? No, I'm just
That's
joking. It's okay. I just want to let you know that we did that at the beginning of the stream. That way, if you don't see it again later on, that was why. Feel free to go back and watch the replay. But yes, we do know that the mine train is running because we were there earlier. Is the Grand Sierra Railroad running?
It looks like they are getting ready to open it, but it does not open.
Okay. Now, this is the one on Peanuts Days, if that's what they're called. Correct me if I'm wrong. They do like the whole storyline with the Peanuts characters.
Peanuts Celebration. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Sorry.
Peanut Celebration. But is that when they add the characters and stuff to it, or is that a year-round thing?
I think it's only during Peanut Celebration that it has all those like cutouts. There's a lot of like you said, all the characters are represented. There's kind of a storyline. Otherwise, it's more of like a tour around this nice area.
Can you look to the right for me really fast?
Yes.
Back at the building that was back there?
Or, this is the Grizzly Creek Lodge.
Is it a restaurant?
It's a restaurant, yeah.
I just like the look of that building.
But we do have Snoopy.
So Knott has Grizzly Creek, and California Adventure has Grizzly Peak.
Yes.
I just processed that. Okay.
There is a Snoopy fishing here. Yeah, it looks like they're prepping the train to open. What's this, Grand Sierra Railroad?
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah. And this is kind of where this stream starts. And you can follow it around.
Save the Tortugas wants to know if you can go in the cave.
We're going to find out in a moment.
If not, you're going to see a black screen and hear my voice still for a few moments.
Wow, I haven't stepped foot down here in years, but I'm excited to do it. I can't remember the last time I went down here. Even in normal times, I feel like they had this closed off. Here we go over the, what do they call this kind of bridge?
A barrel bridge?
Barrel bridge, yes, thank you. Like Tom Sawyer Island.
Is this one-way traffic?
I'm supposed to be going this way. I looked at the arrow.
Okay. Rebecca says, don't fall in.
There's nobody behind me, so I'm going to pause and just look around. Oh, there's people coming. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We gotta get...
Daniel says, and this is how Mike lost his phone. Here's where I think we'll run into Bigfoot.
Wow. It's great to be back here. Well, we got to go back around over the other bridge.
Oh, okay.
I like this area. I've really come to appreciate this.
It's pretty.
Stream. Yeah. In recent years. Let's go back through.
Daniel says, reminds me of that secret passage in the Oasis. I'm assuming you mean Animal Kingdom, Daniel?
Cool. I'm pretty excited about that. That's like a simple pleasure here at Knott.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that it's just that little pathway.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a mini, very small Tom Sawyer Island.
But it's fun. Hi, kitty.
Tom Sawyer Island, by the way, is not open at Disneyland. So take what I can get.
Good to know. Kiki has a question. Which annual pass do you guys recommend?
Well,
or season pass?
I grabbed the Platinum Pass because it comes with parking. So I feel like after like how many visits would it pay for itself? It's like $100 more than the next level down. I don't know how much parking is, but it's got to be like,
I would assume around $25.
Yeah, so what, like 4 or 5 visits you paid for that extra $100 by not having to pay for parking. So there you go. That's
Rebecca's throwing it into Kiki. It depends on how often you think you'll visit, because the lowest 2 levels of passes don't include parking. So Rebecca's right there with you.
Exactly.
Is that the one that also includes admission to other Cedar Fair parks like Great America?
You know what? I think it does. I think if I were to go to, where is it? Sandusky, Ohio?
Cedar Point, yeah.
I could get into Cedar Point with my pass.
Does that mean you're going to plan on going to Sandusky, Ohio?
I would really like to go to Cedar Point, even though I'm not a big roller coaster guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see it just for theme park history's sake and amusement
I
park
am
history.
right there with you. I've never been, and I've had people who ask me, well, if you can't ride half the stuff there, why would you go? And I said, because I still want to see it.
Yeah, that's where I am at that as well. They don't have any like dark rides, right? There's nothing.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about like the best and worst like dark rides.
You're welcome, Kiki.
In the United States and stuff, and I've been thinking like now that we can travel again, I kind of want to visit all these like charming, off the beaten path amusement parks.
I think with my being in Orlando, it's kind of giving me like I want to go see like the hometown parks of like other folks, like Cedar Point, Kings Island, Kennywood. I referenced earlier.
I think I've been to Kings Island. Where's that one?
Ohio?
Oh, maybe not.
Southern Ohio?
I've been to Kings Dominion. Kings Dominion. Is that still there?
That's Virginia-ish, right?
Does that still exist?
But yeah, that's still there.
Yeah, in Virginia.
Kitty just joined. Welcome, Kitty. Daniel Kaplan, again, going through a bunch of other parks that the Cedar Fair Pass might include, like Kings Island, and he says Frontierland is really cool. Or Frontierland. Or sorry, I keep saying it out of habit. Frontier Town is really cool. I went on a ride like this at SeaWorld in Orlando.
Yeah.
It's themed to the inchworm from Sesame Street, and it's surprisingly thrilling for a kid's ride.
It smells good over here, too. It smells like boysenberries in this area as well. So I'm enjoying that. Here's another part of the stream.
Frontier Town is at Cedar Point. What are your thoughts on Ferris wheels?
I don't mind them.
Okay.
The swinging gondolas at Pixar Pal Around are terrifying, but we've established that.
That's why it used to be called Mickey's Fun Wheel, and I always felt fun should be in quotations. And then I realized I think I just have a fear of Ferris wheels in general.
That is easily the ride that I'm most hesitant to go on at Disneyland Resort is the swinging gondolas.
Speaking of Disneyland, Broken Jeremiah Harville says he was there yesterday. He hopes we have fun at Knott's today. Are you having fun, Mike?
I am having fun.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
I'm super glad to be back. I wish the log ride were open, but other than that, very happy to be here. And I'm sure that'll be opening soon. And like I said, I have the Platinum annual pass here, so I can make the 40-mile drive whenever I want.
I think he's talking about the Ferris wheel. Oh, that's cute. Dollywood has one of those. Or it might be the sliding one that spins.
Okay.
Hi.
So that's Camp Snoopy, and then we got one last area here. It's called Fiesta Village.
I don't know about you, but it's about to be Siesta Village in my house.
I wish. This has been a crazy couple of weeks, but I'm really glad to be back out at the parks with the rides running. It's very nice to be returning to some kind of normalcy.
Daniel says he likes the Wonder Wheel type much more than a non-swinging Ferris wheel. And Broken Jeremiah said he did the Pixar Pal Around on Sunday and did the non-swinging.
Yeah, I did it on Friday. I also chose the non-swinging, but that was mostly to get kind of a bird's eye view and take some pictures of the whole resort from that vantage point.
Now, are those all on laughingplace.com?
They're certainly on the Twitter. I don't know if they ever got put up anywhere else.
And you are by Montezuma's Revenge, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's over here. That's behind me. So Montezuma's Revenge is right there. And then this one's called a Jaguar.
Yep.
I like this roller coaster.
So I have a fun story with Jaguar. Jaguar opened, I believe, in 1995. Daniel's pointing out it's Montezuma's Revenge, and it's the longest running Schwarzkopf shuttle coaster in its original location.
Okay.
So if I'm wrong with the 95, Daniel, please correct me. But Jaguar opened in 95, and my parents at the time, they liked Knott's Berry Farm, but I think at that point they offered a shopping pass where you can go in for an hour just to shop at like the local merchants and stuff that were in the park.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then you had to go. And I remember I wanted to ride this ride so bad, and I couldn't. And then when I came out here in 2019 for Knott's Scary Farm, I said, "Ha! I'm doing it!" And I jumped on this ride. Over 20 years later, just because it was my way of sticking it to the parents.
Yeah, my friends and I do this every Knott's Scary Farm as well, because it's never a long wait during the event. People would rather go through the mazes, which we do that as well. But
the only reason I did it was because it was a walk-on, and I was straight.
Right. Oh gosh,
Sorry, Mom. Did you just knock over that umbrella? Oh,
I'm
no.
nowhere near it. I did not go anywhere near it, but it is knocked over by the wind. So be wary of the umbrellas. This was relatively new addition too, this Soul Spin. This is like maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Daniel's pointing out that Jaguar is Gadgets Go Coaster on steroids.
I guess so. I still haven't done Gadgets Go Coaster. So,
did you notice if all the rides in Camp Snoopy were open? Because they were getting the train ready, it looked like.
it looked like Grand Sierra Railroad was getting ready to open, but otherwise it seemed like all the other rides were operating. Yes.
Cool. He said, Jaguar, you also have fire effects they made a big deal about. What about like live entertainment? I know Knott's Berry Farm is pretty big on that. Have you noticed any of that?
I haven't really looked into that yet. I really hope that Crazy Kirk and the Hillbillies are performing, but I don't know.
What timing? Rebecca just commented in the comments for fans of Crazy Kirk and the Hillbillies. It's been posted on their Facebook fan page that they'll be returning to the Wagon Camp May 21st.
Terrific. So that's the official opening date after the season pass holder previews. I'm going to try to be back for that. I haven't made my reservation yet because I was only able to do one at a time. I know other people were able to kind of game the system, but I wasn't able to. It wouldn't let me. So I will try to get a reservation for the 21st so we can be back here when things are really firing on all cylinders. What happened?
So somebody waved. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Hey, look, the Grand Sierra Railroad is running.
And
you can see it over there.
Is that the Camp Snoopy one?
Yes.
Okay. What's the name of the big train?
That's a good question.
I'm guessing Calico Railroad or
I don't remember the name.
The Bread Iwan Express.
Yeah. I don't remember the name.
That's a joke only few will get. Sorry, shouldn't have even made that joke.
It looks like right now there's no actual passengers on the Grand Sierra Railroad, but this might be just like the loop they're doing, and then they're going to pick people up, maybe.
Build the hype. Show it going around. People get in line.
Yeah. Right. This train is not going yet.
More silver bullet is what Daniel's saying. So I'm guessing he wants to see more, or he's pointing out that you're walking by it. Can we watch it run?
Yeah, it's about to leave the station here. So here we go.
And now, have you done this one, Mike?
Yes, but not in probably 5 years.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not too crazy intense. But it does have a loop, as you can see there.
Mm-hmm. I see at least two in this shot.
Oh yeah, there's another. What do they call that? A helix inversion.
Corkscrew, zero G roll. I would call that a corkscrew. Some might call it a 0G roll. While we watch this go, Nathan asks, "How are the lines? Like, what have you noticed? I know we saw.
I've only been on one ride, but it was a walk-on. It was the Calico mine train.
Yep.
That was the first thing I did after I walked around to see if the Knott's Berry Tales was open. I just jumped on the mine train. Where'd it go?
It's gone forever. It pulled one of those roller coaster tycoon maneuvers, and We'll get a little alert here on the screen.
Did you ever see the movie House on Haunted Hill, the remake from like 1999 or something?
Not beyond the scene featuring the Incredible Hulk coaster from Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention.
Okay.
Like the Jeffrey Rush character, and I think that character was played by Vincent Price in the original. He's like a theme park entrepreneur, but he's like invented this roller coaster that tricks you into thinking that the track is coming apart as you're riding it. Like the train in front of you literally like flies off the rails, and you think you're gonna die, and then it like connects itself again. I just wanted to know like where the other train went. You know, like
it's an augmented reality illusion that I'm sure we'll see in parks in the coming years.
Yeah. Well, let's finish up over here in back in Ghost Town.
I didn't even know this pathway was there.
Yeah. It took me some years to find my way around this park, but I do know it fairly well now.
Nathan's pointing out there are 6 inversions on Silver Bullet: the loop, a cobra roll, 2 corkscrews, and a 0G roll.
There we go.
Now, we saw, right before we went live, some trained bandits in place.
Yeah.
Have there been any more of those kind of types running around?
I see them over here. They're behind the fence. Excuse me, is the train going to be running today?
I don't know yet.
Don't know yet? Okay, thank you.
That guy didn't sound like Mickey Mouse.
So I guess this train is not certain whether it's going to be running. But I think this is a good place to wrap up. Don't you?
Sounds good. Can we talk to one of those bandits, though?
Sure. They're occupied right now.
All right. We'll wait. Oh, what's this guy? The bandits are talking amongst themselves.
Oh, that was good. They kind of bypass me. Like they know that I'm trouble.
This guy's asking questions about the train, whether or not it's running. Don't talk to him.
They're taking photos.
Whoa! Is this a meet and greet? Is this California's first meet and greet open again? Oh, he's running.
Howdy, sir.
I will not steal your hat because we're friends now. That's it. Well, I'm better on you. Hello there, friend.
Hello.
Speaking of hat, my goodness.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Talking about safari.
I appreciate it.
It's good to have you back. You having a good time?
I'm having a wonderful time. Are you glad to be back?
My goodness. You know, I was asleep under that bridge for about a year.
You slept under the bridge?
Yeah, right over there by Boot Hill. That's where I camped.
Oh my gosh.
When I heard that train whistle, I woke up and just kind of came out here, stumbled, meandered, and here I am.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to see you back.
Glad he left his camp, too.
I recognize people even though it's only your eyes. I'm kind of an odd person.
I know. Well, hopefully, eventually we'll get rid of this as well. But you guys usually have the...
You know what? This ain't too different for me.
I know, yeah. That's one less step for you to do your business.
I just keep it on all the time. There is no way you could recognize me anyway, right? You're a smart man.
Exactly.
Oh, good idea.
Well, thank you very much. Have a good day.
You have a wonderful one.
See you soon. Bye.
I believe you. And I never saw him again.
All right. Well, anything else you want to check out?
I don't know. Everybody out there, anything else we should check out? Daniel says the masked characters are so suspicious.
So
Nathan
we
wants
got
to know
a
if you've been on
maybe.
Ghost Rider. Yes, he has. I have not.
We got a maybe on the train. running today.
If that comes alive,
Yeah.
maybe a video. Wink, wink. Coming to Laughing
Oh, I will.
Place. Stay tuned.
Yeah. If the train ends up going around, I'll definitely get a video for sure because we don't have that yet anywhere on the Laughing Place YouTube.
Okay. Well, that said, let's start wrapping things up later on today.
Asked for Supreme Scream, right? I forgot
Oh,
to
yeah,
point that out when I was.
Oh, we didn't even walk by it, did we?
Yeah, we got close, but I didn't point it out. So sorry. But that's it. We're at Knott's Berry Farm. I'll be tweeting out some more throughout the day. And I'll
coming on later tonight if you're staying tuned to live broadcasts on Laughing Place YouTube. The Laughing Place TV Club will take a look at some of our favorite Disney television shows in the latest episodes. Benji, Alex, and Rebecca will be talking about numerous shows. I believe Big Shots are going to be in there. Mighty Ducks, Game Changers. Friday, we'll have Jeremiah live at Disney Springs. Shopping, I guess, but checking out everything that's new. That's at Disney Springs. And then a lot of stuff going on next week with the Walt Disney Company Earnings Day, our usual trouble like Marvel Time Live, Marvel Monday, Star Wars headlines, and of course, Disney Trivia Live, ramping up towards the 100th episode of one of our favorite series. Got anything else, Mike?
I think I'm good. I'm going to have some water.
Okay, go get that water.
Right.
We don't want to deprive you like last time when it was like 2 hours in the California sun. Right, so long, everybody. Remember to like, subscribe. Thanks for joining us today. Bye, everybody.
Bye.